Okay, so now we're going to talk about symbolizing data in ArcGIS Pro. This is also fairly similar to how this was accomplished in ArcMap, but there have been some substantial changes. Okay, so first off, you don't access the symbology options under Properties anymore. Instead, it's its own section underneath the drop-down whenever you click on a layer and right-click on a layer in the Contents pane. So it's a little bit more accessible. So basically, you'll right-click on the layer in the Contents pane, then select Symbology, and that'll open up this new Symbology pane. One thing I do like about Arc Pro is that a lot of the tools and windows tend to come to you, and you don't have to go through a lot of submenus to get to things. Okay, and then that'll open up your Symbology pane. Note that you can still import layer files, and you can still save layer files out if you're interested in maintaining a symbology for later use. And I'll demonstrate that in a later video. Okay, there's lots of options for symbology, again, similar to ArcMap. First off, the default is generally going to be the same symbol for all features, again, similar to ArcMap, but there's also lots of other symbology. So there are different symbols for each. For example, you can have a different symbol for each category or unique value if you're trying to show like nominal data or categories. It also, again, provides options for graduated collars where you're going to use some type of classification method to bin the data into different collar groups. They've also added an unclassified collar, so similar to like a stretch when applied to a raster, you can do the same thing now with vector data. We have our size-based symbologies, graduated and proportional symbols, and also dot density. So similar to ArcGIS, ArcMap in that regard. Okay, so this brings us to the second task. So I provided this data layer, Indiana counties, and I would like you to play around with and manipulate the symbology. So for example, show the percent of the population that is older than 55 using graduated collars, or show median income, or show percent poverty rates.